all, Violet here, second generation homeschooling mom of 3. I have a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and an infant. Today I wanted to share with you some of the books we checked out in February. February was a big reading month for us, so I have a ton of books to share with you. So I will try to keep this not too long-winded, but I wanted to start off with some of the nonfiction books we checked out this month. So I'm going to start actually with this one because this one's really, really cool. This is Illuminatomy, and this book is a little bit big to fit in my display, but on each page, you can see it says right here, on each page there's 3 different sets of images. They give you this viewer, and depending upon which color you look through, you can see different things. So like on this page, for example, the mouth and nose, depending on which color you look through, you'll just see one of the images. So my kids really liked this book. They spent a lot of time looking at it. And then there's also just pages of explanation, and yeah, this one was really, really cool. We've checked this book out several times before. My kids always enjoy it. This next book, Do Not Lick This Book. It's like a kid's introduction to germs, essentially. This author has several other books. Our old library system had them. We checked them out several times. We really liked them. Our new library system, unfortunately, does not. So in this book, you follow a little germ named Min, and then you take Min on an adventure to various places, and you look at things close up. You meet other germs, like on your teeth and in your belly button, and we really enjoyed this book. It's good for this season of the year where we get sick more often than we usually do, just to remind kids to wash their hands. This book is really cool, How City Works. Lonely Planet Kids has a bunch of these How Something Works books, and they're all set up like this. They're all really cool. But they have different flaps to explore, and a lot of information. So this one's all about a city, different parts of a city, cutaways, look insides, all of that. So my kids really like all of these books. The train one's really cool too. It is especially cool too. Hair Love, this is another book we've checked out before. Our library had it on display this month, I guess for Black History Month. But this is a really cute book, and there's a movie now too, like a very short, it's just a few minutes long movie that my kids like. This next book we've also checked out several times. It's about Mary Anning, and my kids love this book. So Mary Anning, if you don't know, discovered all kinds of fossils, and she never got the recognition that she deserved. She was not allowed to join the Royal Geological Society of London, but she spent her whole life digging up fossils on the coast where she lived in England. This next book, 10 Little Caterpillars. This is a counting book, but what I like about it is that each page has a different caterpillar, and then at the end, it tells you what each kind of caterpillar is. So my kids like this book. They're getting a little old for it, but my 5-year-old's still kind of in the age where he likes it. This book I've seen all over, and so I finally checked it out. And we did not read everything in here, but each page is a mindful nature moment, each 2-page spread. So we read a few of these. My kids were they liked some of them. They didn't like other ones. I don't know that this would work for us to sit down and just read through the book, like doing 1 page each day. I think my kids know a lot about nature already. So like a lot of the stuff we read in here, they already knew. So I don't know how we would use this book in our homeschool, but I do really like all the illustrations, and the information is good. And if you are interested in this book, they also have board book versions of it. So these ones my kids actually liked better just because they were shorter and rhymed. But again, they already knew all the stuff in this board book. My kids are big science kids, so we've done a lot of science stuff. This next one, my son actually checked out for my baby. It's a touch and feel book, and it's entirely made out of cardboard. It's an eco book, plastic free, which should be cool, or I thought it would be cool, but the texture is just exactly the same on every page. It's just this corrugated cardboard texture, which I thought was a little sad. I felt like they could have been a little bit more imaginative with that. Our mindfulness book for this month. My son really likes The Very Hungry Caterpillar. So he saw this like emotions book and wanted to check it out. This next series we've checked out several times. It's an interactive book series. There's Escargo, a book for Escargo, and then Love Escargo, which is like sort of Valentine's Day themed. He's going to a Valentine's Day party. But it's this little French snail. And in this book, he's traveling to a salad at the end, and so he asks you to give him a push, and he's talking about who is your favorite animal and trying to convince you that it's a snail. And these books are just very, very cute. All 3 of them are interactive, and we really like them. We've read them over and over again. This next series, I'm sure you've heard of. My son is really likes the repetition in these books. So Brown Bear, Baby Bear, Polar Bear, and Panda Bear. So those are always good books to read. My kids also really like this Over and Under series by Kate Messner. There's a whole bunch of them now. Over and Under the Snow, Over and Under the Pond, Up in the Garden, Down in the Dirt, Over and Under the Rainforest, Over and Under the Ocean, I think. There might be a few more. We've read all of them, but our library had this one out the last time we went, so my kids grabbed it. This book we've checked out before as well, I think, but it has no words. So I always like books like this and ask my kids to kind of make up the story or tell me the story as it's happening. It's a good little storytelling thing. So this is a good one. This is another interactive book, Don't Wake Up the Tiger. So this tiger's asleep and you have to help the animals get over the tiger and not wake the tiger up. And you think something bad is going to happen if the tiger wakes up. But at the end, they're just setting up the tiger's surprise birthday. So my kids like that. All right, my daughter checked out a ton of stuff this month. So I'm going to start with the graphic novel she checked out. She is starting to run out of things at our library that she's interested in and are developmentally appropriate. So she checked out a bunch of books this month that, like these ones, that are definitely below her reading level, but she blew through them. She read these so fast. But these are graphic novels. They're very cute. I don't care if she's reading stuff below her reading level. Like, her free reading is hers to do with what she wants. These Beacon Alley ones are also a little bit below her reading level, so she read them so fast. Like, she read all of these books within an hour of coming home from the library. This next series, Cat and Cat Adventures, Quest for Snacks. These are just very, very cute. My son is 5, and he can read. He can sound words out and stuff, but his stamina is not up to reading a whole book like this. But he liked the pictures in this so much that he sat down and started reading the first little bit to himself. He got tired pretty quickly because his stamina just isn't quite there yet. But I think he read the up to here. I hope my kids didn't do that. But I think that's where he read up to before he got tired and asked his sister to help him. This is another graphic novel. It was cute. It's down at the beach. Tide pool troubles. So you learn a little bit about tide pools. This one my daughter liked because it has cats and it has crafts. And so it has instructions for doing different crafts. And then the cat, it's just a little story about the cat. So this one was fun. I don't think there are a ton of crafts in here. I think it's just a couple. Oh yeah, here they are at the back. Panda hair clip, cupcake. Looks like there's just 2. But she enjoyed that. This is another kind of beginning to read graphic novel. You can see there aren't a ton of words on each page, but it's kind of funny and silly and has a fairly simple layout. These Bad Kitty books my daughter likes. She's read all of them. She's read both the novels, or the chapter books, and the graphic novels. So this one she saw and she likes this one, so she checked it out again. This next series, Peter and Ernesto, it's about 2 sloths. So it's Peter and Ernesto, A Tale of Two Sloths, Peter and Ernesto, The Lost Sloths, and Peter and Ernesto, Sloths in the Night. So these are a little bit higher reading level, but still fairly simple. Like, there aren't too many words on each page, but they are a little bit more, like a little bit harder words and a bit longer than the other books. But these are still easy for her to read. So she enjoyed those. These next few books were new books that are the next one in the series she's been reading. So this is the newest Super Turbo book. He's a superhero hamster and fights crime, and my daughter likes all of these books. Pizza and Taco is a shorter book, but my daughter's read the rest of them, and so this is the newest one, Pizza and Taco Dare to be Scared. My daughter's read all of these Phoebe and Unicorn books. This is the newest one, Unicorn NATO. These are more like comic strip style, but she's enjoyed all of those. This newest Narwhal and Jelly book, Narwhalloween. The cover glows in the dark, which my daughter liked. But she's read all of these. My son actually can read these as well if he's motivated. Again, he doesn't get super far into them because his stamina just isn't there yet. He's only 5, and he's a pretty young 5. So I'm not pushing it for him, but he definitely could read the words in this if he wanted to. And then this one is, my daughter read the whole Catstronaut series, and then they started coming out with these prequel ones, Waffles and Pancakes, that are at a slightly lower reading level. And so this is the newest one on the Waffles and Pancakes series, Waffles and Pancakes Best Friends Forever. The Catstronaut series is super cute if your kids haven't read that. They're cats in space and they go on adventures. This next Stack that I have is chapter books. I'm almost done. So this is the newest Dragon Masters book, Legend of the Star Dragon. It's 25. I just got it from the library. My daughter is here, I guess. But she likes these books. They have a decent number of pictures and they move fairly quickly. This next one's the most recent JoJo Mun's book. We really like the JoJo Mun series. They're very funny. And they're about a little Ojibwa girl, and so she talks about living on a reservation and different traditions her family has, and so we really like these. I actually talked about these in my favorite read alouds video because my daughter really liked them, and I thought they were really funny too. So those are a win for us. So we were excited when we saw that they published a new one. This next one's called The Secret Spy Society, Case of the Missing Cheetah and Case of the Curious Scouts. And so these 3 girls have to solve a mystery and they're inducted into a society of famous spies. So Josephine Baker helps them solve this case. And then we haven't read the other one yet, but you can see they have a decent number of pictures. And then this is the next one. The pictures in this sort of remind me of the Questionnaires series, if your kids have read those. So we liked those ones. This next series is Race the Wild, and each one takes place in a different biome. So there's Rainforest, Great Reef, Arctic Freeze, Savannah Showdown, Outback All-Stars. This is my attempt to get a little bit of geography into what my daughter is reading. But because they're adventure stories, she liked them. They talk a little bit about animals and the different places they are and what the climate is like, and they have some pictures. So yeah, these were fun. This next book is called The Night Fairy. My daughter really likes fairies, so we saw this at the library and she picked it up. It has really nice illustrations. I will say this one, my daughter's not super sensitive, so this book did not bother her, but at the very beginning of this book, the fairy gets her wings ripped off. So if your kid is more sensitive, might not be a good choice for them. They do grow back at the end of the story, so it ends up being all okay. These 2 books, we did Kina Ford, the first book, in our last fish tank unit. My daughter liked it, so we checked out the rest of the series. They're diary style. They have a decent number of pictures. I'll try to link that fish tank. I think I showed it in my last library haul. I'll try to link it if you're interested. And then our next fish tank unit is going through The Adventures of Spider. So these are all Anansi stories, and we're excited for that. So that is some of what we've checked out from the library in February. It is certainly not all of it. I hope you found that helpful. I will link everything in the description box below. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you click on a link and make a purchase, I do receive a small commission. Thank you for watching.